So today's topic is group policy object. So you are already aware of it. Group policy is nothing but it is the set of policies, and this group policy object will be created when you install the Active Directory and promote the domain controller. So on the initial day, while giving the introduction to the Active Directory, I told you when you promote the domain, that domain will give you the group policy object, or that will also give you the centralized administration. So when I was talking about the centralized administration, so this Active Directory will provide a feature called group policy object or GPOs, which you can apply to all the users and computers within the Active Directory, and you can control them in a central place, and that is called as centralized administration. Okay, so there are two types of settings within the Active Directory group policy. Okay, the first one is user configuration, second one is computer configuration. So the user configurations are nothing but if you want to apply the settings specific to the user. Imagine you have a computer A. For that computer A, if there are 10 users logs in, user 1, user 2, user 3 up to user 10, no matter whoever logs in, for everybody the same configuration should be applied. If that is the case, you can go with the computer configuration. But if there are 10 users and each and every user should have a different settings, then you should go with the user configuration. So basically, if you want a common settings, go with the computer configuration. If you want a different settings, then you go with the user configuration. Okay, that is called as, there are two types of settings. Okay, the next one is how the group policy processing will happen. What happens when you create a group policy and when you log into the computer, how the settings will be applied. That is called as group policy processing order. So there is a group policy processing order, we call it as LSDOU. Okay, L, S, D and OU. These are four settings actually. L means it is local computer. So when you go to your run prompt and type gpedit.msc, it will open one wizard. Okay, this is a console. You can see here it's a local group policy editor. So this option will be available in all the Windows computers, whether it is a client computer or a server computer, you will see that. So if you specifically apply the settings, say for example, now I'll go to user configuration, administrative template, desktop, and under that I have the wallpaper. See, it is enabled already, I have just done it. And you have defined some wallpaper which is there in this machine, C colon users, under that Sanju, under that desktop, under that one file called wall.jpg file. Okay, imagine you have applied this group policy and you are sending this wall.jpg file as a wallpaper for my computer. This is called as local settings, because you are not doing in the group policy central console, you are doing it in the local machine, local computer, and that is why we call that as local computer policy. Then goes to the site level. The site level, which is there in the Active Directory, if I log into the domain controller here, I can show you that. Let me log in. So send control delete, go to and log into the machine. So if you log into the domain controller and go to the server manager, and within the server manager you will have an option called group policy object. You see here, I'll go to tools, and you can see here group policy management console is there. Open this group policy management console and you see all the folder structures we have created yesterday. Okay, see, if I expand, you can see the domains and you can see the sites. Okay, and under that, whatever organization units are the OUs you have created. See, India, Bangalore, under that IT, see, GPO, everything you can see. It is the same folder structure that you have created in the one. So here you have sites also. If you have any kind of policies defined at the sites, here if you created a policy and linked, okay, that is called as site level policy. Then if you create a policy at the domains here, on that right click on that google.com, and if you create a GPO in this domain and link it here, if you have done it, that is called as domain level policy. So whatever OU is under it, say for example, India is a OU, Bangalore is a OU, IT is a OU, okay. So these are all the different OUs. So if you create a policies at any of this OU level, that is called as OU level policy. So now you know there are four types. One is local computer policy, which is there in the local machine. Second one is the site level policy, because LS means site, okay, D means domain, OU means these are the organization units. Imagine you created a wallpaper at the India level here, and here you will tell india.jpg as the wallpaper. So what happens when the user actually resides inside the India, he will get the wallpaper India, but you have a local policies also specific to the domain. And in the ITOU here, you have created a wallpaper, and if you would have sent some other wallpaper here at the India level, if I go to policies, administrative templates, desktop, and if I enable wallpaper, see here wallpaper is enabled. See, wallpaper is enabled and this some other wallpaper is going on. So here it is conflict is there, okay. So what happens, only this policy will win now, because this is the policy which gets applied at the end, okay. So that is how the conflicting will actually handles. So now you know how to create a policy, how the policy, what are all the policy settings are there, and how the policy gets processed, LSDOU, okay. Now we need to understand how can I exclude some users from applying a policy. Say for example, in the ITOU there are multiple users are there, and you want to remove certain users not to apply the group policy. So let me go to Active Directory here, tools, users and computers. If you see IT, within IT, let me move one user. So Shreyas is there. So let me move Shreyas to the ITOU directly. So now if you click on IT, Shreyas is here. I want to remove Shreyas, not to apply any policy or not to apply that particular policy. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to go to group policy object, and the policy which is this for IT-GPO. Go to delegation. Go to advanced here. Before I go there, you see here when you go to the delegation, you can see authenticated users, read from security filtering. Domain admins, edit. Enterprise admins, edit. Domain controller, read. System users, edit settings. Means only the authenticated user has got a limited permission, that is read setting. Means any user who enter the username and password, or any user who is sitting inside the Active Directory, he will have the read permission here. That means this policy will applicable for all the user whoever is sitting in the ITOU. Now I want to remove Shreyas. He should not get the policy there. So go to advanced. Here what you can do, you can click on add and put Shreyas. So when you're adding Shreyas, for Shreyas, I should not be given the permission not even to read the policy. That means I have to uncheck this one and put deny. Means Shreyas should not be able to read the policy. If he is not able to read the policy, then how come he will get the policy applied? He will not be getting the policy applied also. Okay. Then click on apply. Yes. See, you are setting a deny permission entry. Deny entry takes precedence over all the entries. Means deny will be highest priority. It will override all the other settings. That means that if a user is a member of two groups, one that is allowed a permission and another that is denied the same permission, the user is denied that permission. Do you want to continue? Yes. My intention is not to apply the policy for Shreyas, then I am good. Click on OK and leave it. Now, if you see, Shreyas has got a custom setting. What is the custom setting? He has got deny permission. So when he logs into the computer, any computer, okay, he will not get this GPO applied. Okay, so this is what the group policy concept. So any questions here? If no questions, I will take you to the lab and I'll show you how to create a policy, how to apply the policy, and how to check the settings, all those things. Okay, so let me stop the recording for the theory, then I'll take you to the lab and I'll create a new video. Thank you all.